It went back to 2012. That same guy, you see that same guy there, the first guy, in connection with Andrea Barrett? His name is Joel BALCON. Let me give you a story now. I am going to put a young girl on the phone, and she's going to tell you everything. And I'm showing you how, if at that stage, that is why there must be a zero tolerance approach. As things happen, you deal with it. But we allow it to progress. As my friend, criminologist Rennie Cummins said, you don't ever go from 0 to 200 like that. But partner, since 2012, since 2012, you running your route. Hear this story. Good evening, young girl. Good evening. Hello. Hi, good evening. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, good evening. We are live on...
Good evening.
Okay, good evening. Now, I want you to listen to me very carefully, right? Don't call your name. I don't want to know your name. I don't want to put out your name out there, neither your address. Tell me the morning you left home and you boarded a taxi where? Where you boarded this taxi?
This is in the central area along the Carney-Savannah Road.
What year did you board this taxi?
In 2012.
2012. How old were you then, 2012?
32.
You were 32 years old. Now, I know you well. I know this person, yeah? Just to let you know, I know this person, but I don't want to say anything. I don't want to say it. I just want to leave it right out. I know this person. Because I heard about this story in 2012. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when she bought, now, tell me, when you boarded this taxi, what happened? Go ahead.
Okay, when I took this taxi, I told the driver going to a road, a certain road where only PH taxis go to.
That is Monroe Road.
Monroe Road.
You're going to Monroe Road. Go ahead. I know you don't want to say too much. Yeah, go ahead.
So as we were driving down along the Carney-Savannah Road now, he turned into a street on the left-hand side.
Cemetery Street.
Cemetery Street, right? And he came in into that street.
And what he told you?
He told me he's going to pick up his wife and his child mother and the child to take the child to school. So he came in all the way into Cemetery Street. He passed the cemetery, and at that time it wasn't developed as it is now. It was very lonely.
I know.
It had no houses and all these things. So when I saw he going really, really fine to the street in the back there, at this point I take out my phone from my bag and I was going to call my friend.
Right.
As I took out the phone to dial the number is when he stopped and he turned around and snatched away the phone from my hand.
Hold on. Now, ladies and gentlemen, she's speaking about this guy here. This guy here. BALCON. That was his first suspect who died when he fell from the chair and whatnot. I'm just letting you know that. Now, nobody can come after me with respect to that. Because that matter, I will tell you what went on. Go ahead. So you're in Cemetery Street in Charleville now, 2012. Go ahead.
Right. So when he snatched away the phone from my hand, he took my whole purse from me now. And he made me put my hands together, and he tied my two hands together, and made me lie down in the back seat, and he put a yellow cloth he put over my face, cover my face.
Hold on, stop. Now this girl now you might say, why you didn't fight back? Now this girl is a little girl, eh? This girl is the girl on the phone is a little girl, humble, name is good people. They don't know how to defend themselves and by fight up and things. This girl going to do her little work in Monroe Road as let's say a merchandiser. Listen, she merchandiser, I can't tell you where, but she was going to Monroe Road. The man took her. BALCON took her to Cemetery Street and he go on behind, grab she phone and tie she up, push it to lie down. Go ahead now.
Right. So when he did that now, he turned around the car, he proceeded to drive out of the street. So every time I tried to raise to see where we were, he keep hitting me behind my head and telling me, don't get up.
Coughing you?
Yeah, don't get up and don't watch him.
Oh, good. It's 2012, huh? Go ahead.
When he drive out the street now, well, I kind of time in the street when we reach out and this thing, because I know the area, I know that street.
Yeah.
So he come out back on the main road, the Carney Savannah Road, to drive down. I could tell he was by the flyover now, he going into the highway.
Right.
And on the highway now, well, it had no stopping. He drive right through. And when I felt the vehicle stop now...
By Grand Bazaar?
Right.
Now, all that time, hold on. All that time, they had work going on in the interchange?
Yes.
Right.
I raised up when I felt the vehicle stop, and I saw the girl who does sell the newspaper vendor, and I.A.N. I just started to scream and kick up the car glass and all this thing for her to see me in the vehicle. And when I started to do that, he proceeded to come out of the traffic. He's trying to come out of the traffic, not to go across the lights by Grand Bazaar again, but he's turning to go into Port of Spain now.
Hold on. But during the drive, the call he made in the car, what he said?
Yes, while we were going, he called somebody and he said he coming. Like I pick up one and I come in on my way.
And what was the number of the car he was driving at that time?
I can never forget that number. That number is PBJ 8515.
A white B14.
A white B14.
And after police found out, now I don't want to jump the gun with you yet, but he made a call and said, I have one, I come in. Hold on.
Yeah.
There's 2012, I have one and I come in. When you reach by Grand Bazaar and you see the papers, lady, right outside, what you did?
I started to scream and bawl. I played brave and I raised up. And I pulled the car, I pulled the handle, I turned and I pulled the handle and I just jumped out the vehicle. And the guys who was working on the interchange, well, they saw me and they came, they untied my hands, they called the police, and, well, we went to the station and whatnot. And it's a couple days after this happened when we gave them the car number, they had hold them,
in a
roadblock. They had gotten him because I get a call to go to the Chaguanas police station to ID him.
How many girls, when you went to Chaguanas police station now, so they held
They held the BALCON.
In a roadblock, right? They're the same fella, the ANDREA suspect, in a roadblock. How long, and after you went to Chaguanas police station, how many girls you saw there?
When I went to the station, at least 4 other girls came to ID that same person.
And they were raped, am I right?
And all of them was raped. They said he took them to a house in Champlain.
Oh, good! Hold on. He took them to a house in Champlain. In Champlain. Just imagine that. They all said we went to a house in Champlain. So so you realize now since 2012, 3-4 girls don't get raped. They go on to ID parade, this man, do ID parade in the Chaguanas police station. Tar hats off to the Chaguanas. You see, sometimes everything has a history, you know. A history. So they found, but the same guy here, the same guy who fell off the chair. They notice you want to try to escape, sorry. Right? The same guy from 2012, but didn't the then government, whoever was in power, could have made sure and protect our nation's children, our girls, our women taking taxis? Everybody had a chance, and you have to understand that. Don't come and tell me nothing about pepper spray, and I need a permit, because partner, don't come with all them things. Everybody had a chance, and let me tell you something. We get them up there, and they fail us down here. They fail protecting our children. Continue with the story.
Right. So the girls, we all spoke to each other. We told each other we ordeal and whatnot. The girl said, after he had raped all of them, he dropped them off at Busy Corner in Shagona.
There's separate occasions, yeah?
Yes, separate occasions,
right.
Each one.
Wow. So let's hear you now. So pepper spray could really work Rowley. Rowley pepper spray could, me saying I'm nobody, you know. But it has to do with transport reform. It has to do with transport reform. Licensing office with respect to PH cars and cars people boarding. It's better put them in one color. It's no shame. All H car and all who want to run taxi, put them in one color. And a big, like how the yellow cab in New York is, and done the whole thing. So we will be able to know and let them have a special tracking device, hire a company. It's simple enough. But everything in this country is racket. When she went to the police station, she realized she was in the company of 4 other victims. Thank God she ran out. But the 4 other victims, they didn't have the strength to come out. They didn't have the strength to jump, but maybe they didn't have the opportunity. So he took them to a house in Chamflair. So what they need to do now, the police need to do, is to go back Chamflair and see what connection he had in Chamflair. See what went on in Chamflair. And I know somebody going to call me from Chamflair, because I am sure there are a lot of people I have learned in this dance who got raped, and because of shame, they don't want to come, you know. They don't want to come forward, you know. Or maybe they went to the antiviral medication and whatnot, and they just don't want a court, they don't want nothing. And tell me how it went again. Go ahead.
Well, Ian, when we ID'd him and things, after that, I only got about 3 calls concerning that, but we never made an appearance in court, so I don't know if he was charged or if he was out or what.
Wow. And how many years ago somebody called you from the Chaguanas police station?
The last time I heard from a police is could be 2 or 3 years ago, when they called to tell me they're taking over the case.
Wow. How do you cope after? I mean, but how you cope after that?
Ian, after that, you have a fear of traveling. You don't want to travel. And my daughter, that time she was just 2 years old. You don't want to travel and go anywhere. You're afraid to take any taxi. You're skeptical about every PH driver, every PH car. It's tough.
Thanks again, huh? Thank you for sharing your story with me. I'll call you after the show. You hear it for yourself today?